Good evening, travellers. My name's John Dopping. With me is Joe Spencer and Mike McKenzie, and between us we make the North Trio.
Most of the music that we play and write is completely improvised and completely intuitive. We define jazz as something that a form of music that allows mood to take over and influence the music as it's being played and as it's being created. So our idea, as with the piece you've just heard, is to directly use places and landscape that mean a lot to us as individuals and as a group, based in the north of England. We'd also like to write in these locations and use the music, ultimately performing it to sort of advocate those places and promote the north and the landscape that entails, from the Ribble Estuary, which that was based on, and the marshland and sort of sound of seabirds and that landscape, to the windswept fells of the Lake District, or to the urban landscapes of Manchester and Sheffield. We wanted to write and be directly influenced in our improvisation and the mood that was conveyed in our pieces from being in those locations, and using that to inform how we were writing, and using jazz as a vehicle to celebrate our northern identity.
I think what's most inspiring to me about this particular project is the methodology. I mean, the method of creativity in any group of people is always different, and you know, it's there's always a lot to learn from other collaborators. And I mean, writing with these two particular people is always a great privilege, and I sort of feel like the way that we do that deserves a little bit of time and attention. I mean, from my perspective, what's such a joy is that, you know, we go into a room and we set up and I just hit record and we start playing, and in those sessions we almost never play the same song twice. You know, we begin with an intuition, or I guess it's difficult to tell the difference sometimes, and we just carry on improvising until it becomes either gratuitous or we run out of energy.
Yeah, and to be able to take that we've experienced in a studio setting or just, you know, setting up at each other's houses and playing, to specific locations and allowing that energy to come from where we're playing or where we're writing. You know, for example, writing a piece of music that was inspired by the Yorkshire Moors and taking it to perform in the Manchester Jazz Festival, or you know, a setting in London, just a complete difference, and to really expose the places in the north that mean a lot to us, and the music that we've developed from being there. I think we all think that'd be a really profound thing to do and would play to the way that we write and perform music.
That's an idea that's very inspiring to me. I mean, you know, more often than not, when we finish a jam or a session, I mean, we sort of explode with ideas. You know, that A section felt great, or Mike's come up with some genius John Abercrombie style solo, or, you know, sometimes Joe will just hit two chords together that hit me so hard it's just like an existential crisis. You know, like I have to stop and just turn around and go, just fucking do that again. Like, what the hell did you just do?
We feel that a project like this would really allow for interdisciplinary collaborations as well. We'd love to work with northern artists, northern filmmakers, such as Norman Akewood, and use his prints as backdrops for what we were writing, or photographers that were based in the north that could really, you know, give life, even more life, to the music that we were writing, and to take that to places to promote the north and the landscapes of the north. We feel that the exposure that the Manchester Festival and this initiative could give us to industry professionals and to a sort of broader musical landscape within the north that we haven't got the exposure to, being based where we are, would be completely just the most valuable thing. And to be able to get advice from people that are doing, you know, that are performing jazz regularly, playing at big festivals, something that we are aspiring to do, would be completely just the most beneficial thing. And it would be fabulous to get advice from those people and to, you know, ultimately hopefully collaborate with them.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that we've been talking about a lot is, you know, the value of, just as Joe said, in the interdisciplinary skill sets, and to collaborate with other people that have similar value sets to us is something that we struggle to find those people. We're not really sure whether the kind of contemporary music that we're doing is represented very well in our area, and it's very difficult to find those. I think that's something that certainly this initiative could help us to find. And
it's only through luck, really, that we've ended up playing together, and we're such similar musicians, although we've got so many different sort of backgrounds that melt together into what we're trying to do.
We can individually talk about what has made us most proud, and in my mind that means what has made you strive most to achieve a goal. The very first session as the North Trio was simply the most inspiring moment of any of our musical careers. What we want is, access to advisors, industry specialists, and other jazz musicians that can lend us their experience, whether it's in live performance or as recording artists.
Yeah, I mean we've got improvisational jazz, and we've got the idea of taking it out of a studio in terms of writing the initial idea, to let the surroundings of a particular location kind of write the idea for us and just see what we come up with by being put there, being completely inspired by it. I think the kind of excitement is being in the environment, so you're not just looking at a picture or a video of a place, like you're actually there. You've got all 5 senses that are experiencing it differently.